All right, now, that furthest street over is a one-way going that way. And I was in this lane closest to us.
So right over here?
Right over there. That car just popped, those cars just came through. Now, if you come over to that first column between the streets, I was standing right out from it. And
Right.
my car was still parked underneath the truck underpass. You turn around, the sixth floor window, last window down, you can't see it for the trees. The one down and the last one over is the sixth floor window.
And that was from where the shots came?
Now, in my book, they say there was 3 shells found in the sniper's nest. There was only 2, really. That was why they did that. Well, they had to do that. They only wanted one person to be behind it. Lee Harvey Oswald, he was dead. Easy person to blame it on. What just happened? That was, I think, was the main thing I was asking myself. Because there was no evidence left here in the plaza. It was all gone in the limousine. But I'm standing there, and when a deputy sheriff runs up to me and he says, "What happened down here?" And I said, "I don't know." So we crossed the street over here in time to get hear a man sobbing. His head exploded, and the motorcycle policeman said, "Whose head?" He says, "The president's." And this curb wasn't here, but I remember the deputy sheriff turning to the grass and kicking his toe as hard as he could, saying, "Damn, damn, damn." And he looked up at me and he says, "You got blood on your face." And I reached up and I remembered it's something that stung me during the shooting.
And if you should say in a short sentence what really happened,
Yes.
what is it?
When Lyndon Johnson was sworn in that afternoon, him and his buddy, J. Edgar Hoover, who was to handle the cover-up, 2 of the most powerful men in the world, were in charge, and there's nobody anybody could go to and say, "I know what happened, you're it," or whatever. That's the reason we got such a bad Warren report.
Would you call that a conspiracy theory? That's what the general public calls it, or would you just call it the facts?
It was a coup. It was a coup. The Johnson group were 2 years in the planning, and it involved more than just them. There was some rogue CIA got involved in it, and I left out one chapter of my book, Organization Zipper, because I never could verify everything in that. But that's where the CIA was supposed to have joined into the assassination planning in March of '63.
But if somebody would say, "Come on, James, conspiracy theory, this is just fantasy," what would you say to those who don't believe?
When vanity is when you make up something and speculate on something. I document Johnson being behind it. I've met insiders face to face, talked to insiders. To give you an example, I'm on a plane in 1988 going to New York, and I get talking to the lady next to me, and she's Lyndon Johnson's mistress for 21 years. And I've just had all this dropped in my lap through the years. Friends of Johnson, insiders to Johnson, his mistress and so on, his lawyer, and they all told me the same thing.
Why do you think it's been possible to cover it up ever since? Or at least nobody has been brought to justice for it?
Well, when you had head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, in charge of the cover-up, and remember, the Warren Commission, all of the information they got had to come through the FBI. Then it's easy, it's simple. You understand what happened.
So do you think justice will ever happen?
Well, they're all dead. I don't know how you can figure that justice will ever happen. The problem is right now is poor Oswald was not the shooter. And everybody's got that in their minds for 50 years, and he's the assassin, and he's not. We've now got it documented. He was not the shooter.